All right, it's another round of trash tagging on this beautiful Sunday, and this time just walking around by the local community college and cleaning up whatever I find. As you can see, I just found a styrofoam and a plastic right by the water, the sewer line. Somebody's discarded can. This route is a little bit noisier because people are driving pretty often. I'm gonna grab this plastic garbage off of this person's lawn. I think it just floated on there from the wind. It's usually a nice path to walk on when the weather is nice. A lot of cars driving by, so it's kind of noisy sometimes, but you can see that there's plenty of things to clean up, and if we don't, then all of this plastic inevitably makes its way into the sewers. And styrofoam, check it out. This look at this styrofoam. Whoops, so close to the sewer. What do you think is going to happen when it gets in there? When the plastic or a styrofoam falls into the water mains? Well, simple. It's going to deteriorate, break up, and then cause pollution. Looks like some random flag decoration for some advertising or lawn care. Looks like a fast food wrapper. And you may say, oh wait, it's just a wrapper, but no, it's actually not just a wrapper. It has ink, it has dye, other chemical treatments, and all of those, if they make it into the water, into the sewage, they will make it into the lake. If they make it into the lake, they pollute. Got some Dunkin' Donuts. Somebody around here likes to discard their Dunkin'. Get rid of the tissues and the paper as much as you can. Yeah, so you'll find less trash this way by comparison with how I was just at Maple Lake and I cleaned up like 30 pounds of trash. But there's still a good amount. There's still people that when they're walking, they just don't care. They consume their beverage and they do not care that like every few blocks they'll find a garbage. They'll just toss it on the side like this. And this is plastic. It's breaking up, it's disintegrating, and people wonder where are all these microplastics coming from? Well, there you go. It's not just in the ocean, you know. In fact, I would say that the majority of the microplastic is not from waste in the ocean, although it's certainly commendable to clean it up. But no, it's actually produced because of all of the arteries, the little arteries, the rivers, the creeks, ponds. All of the arteries end up getting clogged up with debris. And as you saw at the lake, this debris can accumulate, it can pile up and cause blight. And the blight is just a pollution which ends up causing all kinds of impacts on the environment and on people. People are not separate from the environment. We're part of the environment. Check this out, this little piece of paper here almost made it into the water. where it leaches dyes. This receipt here, same thing. The receipt leaches dyes, inks into the water. And now we have to then treat the water. We have to add more filtering, more man hours of labor, more resource costs, just because people are too lazy to carry their consumed beverage container with them and toss it out. You'll see when we come up further ahead, closer to the school, that there's more garbage. And being that this is a nice, beautiful spring day, we're gonna start to see more foot traffic and even more garbage. Usually when it's colder outside, people are less likely to walk around and just toss their garbage on the street. But don't worry, we'll find plenty. And why am I doing this, might you ask? Simple, because one, it's fun. Two, it's a really good exercise. You're not only getting your steps in and walking quite a bit and working out your shoulders, your forearms, your back, but you're also making things better. You're collecting the garbage that would otherwise be disintegrating in our water and in our sewage. Uh-oh, here's a perfect example. Look at this. Plastic bottle right by the sewer line. Dump no waste, it says. Meanwhile, I see a plastic bottle and some kind of carton box. Let's get this wrapper as well. So yeah, regardless of how efficient your sewage systems are, if you don't need to have them be operating at full capacity because of stupid people just tossing their garbage out like that, that is only a good thing. And no system is going to be 100% effective, clearly, as we can tell, but because of the fact that there's a huge garbage patch in the ocean. Oh yeah, and I see these a lot. Someone around here likes to drink these alcohols and then just toss them like on the street. I haven't found out who it is yet, but one of these days. Check this out. A used up glove just sitting there. It's made of some kind of fabrics, wool, perhaps dyes, I don't know. But do you really want that old glove to be disintegrating inside of the water? I think not. I don't. Oh, exactly like I said, somebody around here likes to drink these little alcohols and then just toss them like that. This one doesn't even look like it's completely empty. Another one. Another one, see? And that's a pretty common occurrence. I see that a lot along this route, where it's somebody who walks along this route and just doesn't give a shit. Get rid of this wrapper. All right, let me adjust my pants and then we'll get those plastics. I see a plastic cup and plastic fragment over there. I see another one of those little alcohol bottles. I saw a guy once right by the community college crumple up and toss his consumed Starbucks beverage right out onto the street, and I yelled at him. And if I really wanted to, I could have found out who he is, but I'm not like that. That's weird. But I'm just saying, it's like, dude, some people just straight up do not care at all. Like, they'll just toss their garbage right out into the open. Look at this. Look at how close this was to the water. And it's a piece of broken plastic. And another one here from the alcohol. So this is where the microplastics come from. You know, people just tossing and not caring. And what is this? Okay, looks like it's nothing. Grab this aluminum. or if you're in the UK, aluminium. And I see more garbage right there, so we're gonna go and get all of it. Oh, looks like that's just somebody's lawn care notice. All right, I'll leave that. There's this pink plastic. Look at this, a piece of pink plastic. I'm glad it makes itself so easily known, but imagine that breaking up and floating around in your water, making it into the broader ecosystem. What is this? Some kind of cloth. Yeah, it's not good. Not good at all. Bless me. So I'm doing this because, like I said, it's fun, it's exercise, and it's also helping. But even beyond that, it's also for my project called logtrees.com. And basically what that is when you complete activities like this, activities that are good for you, good for the environment, good for everybody, you can log them and my application will reward you. And I've got a couple rewards. Ooh, look, a plastic straw. Plastic straw right by the sewer. You see? A little bit of wind and bam, right into the sewer it would have gone. But instead it goes into my bag to be disposed of. What do we got here? So yeah, log trees will reward you. And the rewards currently are called nuts, and they do have utility. You can use the nuts for unlockables in the game, and you can also use the nuts to redeem my cryptocurrency called rainbows. And I'll have more details on what nuts can do for you and what rainbows is for in the near future. But Logtrees is my pre-alpha project. It's a research project slash application that I'm building. And look at this, pieces of plastic just chilling here. Pieces of plastic. And the point of Logtrees is to facilitate more action like this, to encourage people to get out there, clean up this garbage. Look at this, some kind of vape with its associated electronics dangling out right by the sewer line. So we get somebody's vape, we get somebody's battery, we get somebody's electronics, chemicals, inks, alkalines right into the water, right? Nope, not today. Today we put it in my bag and we're gonna toss it. So yeah, the objective is to facilitate more forward motion on this type of activity by making it more rewarding. I've done this type of stuff before, even before I built Logtrees, but now I want to provide an opportunity for other people who are interested in getting some gear, doing some logging, doing some trash tagging, and you know, as you scale up, you upgrade your gear. I have plans for all of that. I'll be building custom gear that does a better job than just off-the-shelf stuff. It's going to be Logtrees branded, of course. And I have a lot of plans. I'm very excited. Logtrees is technically a pre-alpha right now. I've got a couple more features that I'm adding and some polish before I consider it version beta, or maybe just version alpha since it's in pre-alpha. And stay tuned. It's already operational at a bare minimum level to facilitate what I just described, rewarding people for doing this type of behavior. But being that it's in pre-alpha, if anybody were to use it, be mindful of the fact, here's another one of those alcohols. Be mindful of the fact that it is pre-alpha and there may be bugs. Until it's in at least version pre-beta, which is 2 versions from now, I don't consider it to be more than just a tech demo. But I'm aiming to get to version pre-beta as soon as possible, maybe even in a month or less. Check this out, right by the sewer line, another fragmented plastic, which means that part of it might have already made it in there, unfortunately, but at least we can prevent all of it from making it in there. So this is already a respectable, I don't know, I'd say 5 pounds. 5 pounds of trash. Let's grab this carton, prevent it from going in the water since it's got inks, it's got dyes. Do you really want that going through your filtration system? Even if it's the best filtration system on earth, I don't want it to get in there in the first place. Let's get rid of this receipt. Those types of receipts have glues, they have adhesives, and we don't need these leaching into the water. Here's another one of those broken up plastics. Yeah, check that out. Now it's in my bag, no more plastic. And we're gonna keep going. Oh man, we got some more. What do we got here? Got a piece of paper with typesetting on it, which means ink. Got this old paper bag, which means ink. I did not bring my boots to go more deeply into the woods there, so I'm just gonna stay around the surface or like more on the street and grab these low-hanging fruits. But yeah, this is quite a workout. I mean, you're exercising your upper body quite a bit. Here's some plastic. Grab this plastic. Grab this styrofoam cup. I do see some plastics deeper in the woods there, but I'll save that for another time when I've got my boots, because these current shoes they don't do well in muddy terrain. Grab this chip bag. Grab this insulation, it looks like. Highly toxic. Grab this plastic bag. Grab this wrapper. Grab this plastic bag. And let's keep going. Yep, quite a lot of garbage. I don't think it's that many people who produce the garbage either. It's probably just the same handful of people that are walking these routes and they just don't care. Here, let me grab this plastic. Grab this plastic. And I need to adjust my pants because they are slipping. Let me tie my pants real quick. Oh hey, look, I see a zip tie, which is plastic. I'm gonna clean that up. So yeah, the whole point of log trees is you do this type of activity, you record it so that you have proof, and then you provide the link along with your wallet address or your email address, and that's how nuts are associated with you. And for now, the proof of work page is public, meaning everybody can see the proof of work that is submitted. But in an upcoming feature release, there will be an option to keep it private, because I have an algorithm which will detect fraudulent submissions, and because of that, the proof of work doesn't have to be private, so you'll be able to share it just with the people that you want. And because the proof of work is uploaded to your preferred YouTube or your preferred Facebook or whatever your preferred media account is, you retain access to all of that. So all of that data is yours, and you control the complete visibility. Here's a plastic bottle. You will control the complete visibility of all of your submissions. And the reason for that is because Logtrees is not intending to be a replacement for your social media. Logtrees is intending to be just an engine, and this engine will identify and reward non-zero sum actions. And the entire point of rewarding the non-zero sum actions is to encourage people to do them, because they make things better. So you can see more details in Logtrees white paper. If you go to logtrees.com, you'll see the white paper link, and I'll also add the link to this video and to all the other videos that I'm making moving forward, so that you can read the white paper and understand what the scope of the project is. But it's quite a big roadmap ahead. I'm not going to stop building, and let's continue to clean up some trash. When it's a nice day like this, you know, upper 50s, lower 60s, I can go trash tagging for several hours. And historically, I don't expect people to provide like proof of work that is that long. You can edit it, you can show just the results if you want. In the near future, as I continue to develop the system, it'll become even more robust, so that it does not identify as many fraudulent activities as real activities as it might otherwise. Because my intention is to have people be able to do this quite frequently and get rewarded for it quite frequently, because the need will effectively always be here to trash tag. One day maybe like some robots might help out, but considering the terrain and how tricky it can be to really spot items and to extract them, it requires a lot of dexterity that machines just don't have right now. So I think this will be a viable path in the future for people to do things and get rewarded for them. And everybody wins, nobody loses from Logtrees. It's a non-zero sum application. It's an engine that produces non-zero sum wins. So the entire point of Logtrees is to say, hey, let's enjoy n non-zero sum activities and get rewarded for them. Yeah, here, look, we got this plastic beverage cup. Now it's disposed of, and instead of going into the water, it's in my bag. Same with this paper. This is a receipt. Another receipt. Paper. Another one of these little plastic alcohol bottles. Check it out. Broken up plastic. Just disintegrating. Disintegrating and clogging up the dandelion from growing. Not anymore. And here we've got this piece of an envelope. Inks, dyes, adhesives, glues. Those are all things that are going into the water. Got this styrofoam cup here. Got this plastic ice cream lid. Got this plastic bottle. And we're pretty close to the one of the entry points to the water system. So let me adjust my pants and then I'll show you real quick so that you can see a lot of this trash. It blows around and it's like really windy, and as a result it might make it right there into that water. I just need to adjust my pants real quick. But that water there, that little water system is the entry point to other parts of the sewage. And when it rains, if it rains a lot, it can have flooding. And because of that flooding, even more of this debris that I'm collecting right now would make it into the water, and then the sewage system has to filter it out if it even can. And we know that it's not going to do a perfect job, because all of these arteries feed into bigger bodies of water, which are known to have issues with garbage. And that's why you even have people cleaning up like the garbage patch in the ocean and all that. Well, the garbage patch didn't just magically appear there, folks. You know, it's stuff like this. You see there's the water entrance, another water entrance, and for some reason I can't, my pants don't want to. Here, let me do a proper job of this, because I'm trying to hold on to the gloves and do this at the same time, and these pants that I have are just not the good ones for this, being that I lost some weight. So now I have to tie them up like extra. They're sweatpants. I have to tie them up like extra firmly. All right, that's better. So yeah, you can see a plastic Pepsi diet there. You can see that napkin. Who knows what else we'll find as we get closer to the water there. But I've seen so many plastics. Oh hey, look, a glass bottle there. I think, let's see, let's get this guy in here. Get this out of here. This paper out of here. Cardboard container for, it's like cigarettes. Plastic and cardboard. This paper. Yeah, so, you know, junk can make it over here and then make it into the broader system that way. So this is one of the things that Log Trees is intending to help with. Another channel for the water. When it rains, it gets really busy here, and you can see already found a plastic beverage container, and it's already breaking up. So that's where the microplastics come from. People are like, oh, microplastics. Well, Here's your microplastics. Here's your styrofoam. Get rid of this advertisement which has dyes and inks. Plastic bag. I don't know if I can reach that without my boots. Looks like somebody's shawarma catering box. It's just cardboard, but it's got ink, it's got dye, it's got some cloth handle of some kind. So we're gonna dispose of that rather than let that make its way into the water. Okay, that doesn't seem to be anything. Plastic bottle. Surprisingly, like out there into the more wilderness, you'll still find stuff. Fast food bag. Plastic wrapper. Wet wipe. Styrofoam. Looks like a cigarette box. And when it rains, there's usually like a little channel of water that ends up making it out there. That's actually the point of that recess there, is to drain the water from uphill. And that's when it brings a lot of this filth with it. All these plastic bags, cardboards. Cardboard is not harmless. It still has ink, it still has dye, glues, other chemicals, who knows. Somebody's giant beverage that they decided to just toss. Let me grab that plastic straw. It's a giant plastic straw. Now it's in my bag instead of, well, there we go. Now it's in my bag instead of making its way into the water. This garbage. Grab this drink. Check this out, we got another plastic drink just chilling here. I don't even know how this one got here. It's so well situated and snug. Dispose of that. A lot of these have the receipt on there, or like the order number, the date. So it could be easy to, like, people don't think about the privacy implication, but like it could be easy to identify those people. Carton of eggs. see more stuff in there, but I don't have my boots, so I'm just staying on the periphery. Cigarette container. Plastic. Some asshole actually filled this up with water, it seems like. Plastic bag. There we go. Oh man, that plastic bag, or that, had a lot of ants on it. So usually when that happens, I end up just finding the nearest garbage and tossing it. Another one of those little alcohol drinks that I mentioned. Some asshole keeps drinking these and just tossing them like this. Plastic, styrofoam, advertisement, piece of envelope, plastic bag, another carton of eggs. All right, my battery ran out. I'm using my phone to record the last of it. Man, this is like 20 pounds of garbage. Disposed of. Until next time.